everybody, welcome back to Quest Junkies. It is a Monday night, my dudes, and that can only mean one thing. It's time for the Rhódania Chronicles. Say hi, guys!
Hola, guys.
Hi, guys.
Well, there's always one. Hola. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are back with our Monday night campaign. It is episode 60, the big 60. Oh my goodness. We're getting old, guys. We're getting so old.
Pretty old.
But we are here for a good time, possibly a sad time. We'll see how the story goes. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be wild, because these are the Wyld Ones. And we are thrilled to be back with them on this wonderful Monday night. Unfortunately, without one of our members, our wonderful Mr. Timey is without internet at the moment, but will hopefully be joining us next week. And is in the chat via 4G, I believe. And we have a raid coming in from our friends over at Roll Together RPG. Let me give you a shout out, dear friends. You have timed it just perfectly as we are just getting started. Hope you had a wonderful stream. You guys are very fun, and I look forward to seeing your future endeavors. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So, let us go around the table, my dear friends. If you'd be so kind, please introduce yourself and tell us who you will be playing. Starting off with, at the very, very tippity top, Mai.
Hi, I'm Mai. I am playing Elisich, previously known as Rhódania back in the day, not that long ago. The Circle of Stars Feelies Druid. Good to be back.
It is good to be back, and we're all still getting used to that name change, but you know what? I'm here for it. Thank you so much.
Rhódania, there you go.
Oh no, that sounds. Is that contagious?
Yeah, it's a little bit. You can get a cream for it.
Okay, that's fine then.
She'll make a poultice of some sort.
Maybe lesser restoration? I don't know, maybe greater, I don't know. Thank you so much! Continuing on, we have Pattoons!
Hello everybody, my name is Patrick, aka Pattoons. Sometimes I draw art, but this Monday afternoon I play Conor McGuinness, Earth Genasi, Runite, Fighter. Let's fucking go.
Hell yeah. Bringing in the shades. We're getting echoes of Westerly Strider here.
Represent my brother.
Indeed. Thanks so much. Continuing along, we have Aelin.
Speaking of echoes, we have the biblically accurate twink Aegis, who is an Echo Knight fighter, Grave Cleric.
Indeed. Biblically accurate twink is always going to be one of my favorite just phrases. When we get a merch store back, that's going on merch in some way, shape, or form. Thank you so much. And last but certainly not least, by any measure at all, Bridget.
Hi guys, I'm Bridget. I'll be playing Frike, the Slay of the Long Death Monklock.
The Slay?
Slay.
Fucking Slay?
The Slay.
Slay.
See, in my head, that was Slay as in Santa's sleigh. I was like, it's not Christmas yet.
Oh.
Ho, 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 bitch.
Oh, you're so pure.
And she's the elf! Oh my god!
See, it just writes
She's
itself.
a naughty elf.
Who's on the naughty list? Fucking all of you.
Yeah.
Good girl I am.
Thank you so much. And I am Pouch, the ever humble dungeon master. I play everybody else. So, just real quick before we do get into things tonight, we are currently raising funds here at Quest Junkies to get some new source books together. Let me just type a little thing in a chat here. We are trying to expand the TTRPG library that we have in order to tell more stories and bring more content to Quest Junkies. So if you would like to help contribute to that, we do have a little fundraising goal in there. And it's _donate in the chat for the link to do so. Every little bit helps, and you know, we could get something small like a one-page TTRPG. We could get like a collection of TTRPGs, which would lead on to whole things. Masks is on my list of things that I want. So yes, just one of the many examples. So do consider lending your support to our wonderful QJ troop. Now, with all that being said, I think it's time we got into things. So, where were we last we left off? We were on the shores of Demethrin, as the Wyld Ones had discovered that the continent of Demethrin had been ravaged by the Great Reconvergence. The desolate landscape that once held a lot of life was, a few months ago, the original site of a terrible calamity that befell the continent, wiping half of it off the face of the earth and sinking it into the ocean. It was where the rot first touched down in the land of Rhódania and Demethrin. And while that was prevented from escalating further back then by Aegis and their former travelling companions, the Demethrin Five, it seems history has a cruel fondness for repeating itself. As now we have the Wyld Ones here, both continents sunken into the Shadowfell itself through the reconvergence, and the rot overtaking all. But not everything, because in a little cave, somewhere in the wastes of Demethrin, the Wyld Ones and a group of survivors linger on, and after some discussions, some decisions were made. Perhaps it was time to stop running. Perhaps it was time to stop trying to be a step ahead. Perhaps it was time to take a stand. How far is this group of adventurers willing to let things de-escalate before enough is enough? Certainly one of the groups seems determined to put an end to this. So, a decision was made to return to the branch of Palor that brought them to Demethrin, to use it to go further into the continent, in the hopes of investigating the rot further. But where we rejoined the group, they were approached by a new figure, although not new to everyone here, as Atticus, the mentor of Conal McGinnisy, arrived on the scene, offering support to the Wyld Ones. And that is where we rejoin our group.
So, were you here when Demethrin sank?
No. You see, like, he's rubbing his face, like, he's been in battle recently. Now that you're up close and you can see, like, he's not terribly wounded, but he's been in a scuffle. I've been here, there, fucking everywhere, actually. I don't fully know what's gone down, but I know you guys are involved. Not in that way, but you've been fighting against it, working to apprehend those responsible. You've been in the middle of it all, shall we say? I've more been on the outskirts of trying to collect information, because that's what no one has. No one has information. No one knows what's going on, but things are fucked. I travelled back to Zundanarg, at least that was my plan, from the capital, from Etherion, because I was there when everything happened, all this happened, and the king was murdered before it all went down. seemed very timely that he was taken out. And something was stolen. I don't know what it was. Something was stolen from that palace. And
Quick refresher. Do we know that the king was killed?
this is the first you're hearing of it.
Okay.
I think I know. The necklace.
The necklace.
What started all of this to begin with? The two medallions used in the ritual to bring forth the rot.
That sounds like something that would be important enough to kill a monarch over to steal.
Do they know who did it?
There weren't really any witnesses. Whoever they were quick. They were fast. And they were able to move from one place to another instantaneously. They were able to evade people.
At that, she's gonna sway a little bit on her feet, like she's nauseous.
Can I attempt to try and stabilize Frank?
See, he looks at you like with a look of concern, like, are you okay?
Perhaps we should get out of the open.
See, that's a good point. This fucking moon that keeps changing, keeps doing weird shit. Follow me. There's a cavern down here. It's pretty shallow, but it's out of the moonlight. And he takes off and leads you down, just like maybe 90 seconds worth of jogging down this rocky crevasse, and then you find this slightly like open cavern which is shielded from the moonlight. He pulls something off of his waist and just throws it at the wall, and a ball of light appears like a torch on the wall. Right, that should do us for a bit.
Resourceful as always.
It's the only way to stay alive, isn't it? I mean, I'm resourceful, but I heard some things about you, and I seen some things.
Like what things?
Well, for one thing, when were you gonna tell me you could turn into a big fucking spiky thing? I saw you at the tournament. I was there.
Listen, the rune magic, it's just getting better.
That wasn't rune magic. I know rune magic when I see it. That was something else. You've been studying with someone else.
No. Honestly, like, whatever, I'm like in a very controlled state. Like, he, like, his hand just, like, sharpens and becomes that form. He's like, I don't know what this is, but whatever power I develop, it's given me the power I need to protect.
I mean, it looks deadly. I know that much. So, that's good. We need deadly. But no, I've been around. I've been trying to do my bit, keeping people safe. But there's this one individual said something about stalagmite. Now, there's not many people called stalagmite. So, big fucker. Genasi, like you, actually. he was... He seemed conflicted. Like he was given a choice to do good or do otherwise. He didn't know what he wanted to do.
Like, did I say like almost like his head was cracked open like a geode?
Yeah, it's sort of, yeah.
I know the guy.
Well, he knew you.
All right, so let's. Formalities are nice. It's good to see you again, Atticus. But what do you know about what's happening?
Well, the first thing I know is I'm pretty hungry. Have you got any food? Bonus points if you got gravy rings.
He turns to Mr. Timey and he like Connell opens like a little like hatch and like pulls out like a gravy ring that he stored.
Mr. Timey's just like, listen, yeah, I didn't give you permission to do that.
You were keeping it warm for me.
Yeah, but you got to ask for consent first, didn't it? Alright. Fuck. Just jokes, man. Just jokes. It's all cool, yeah?
Connell gives Mr. Timey one of those like handshakes.
You just hear clanging of metal.
Yeah, hands Atticus the gravy ring.
Perfect. And he sits down on the floor and starts chomping into it. Well, first off, so I know him, but I'm Atticus, traveling hero for hire. Taught him everything I knew. Not everything he knows, but pleasure to meet you. Who are you guys?
Frag.
Aegis Asphodelis at your service, sir.
I know that name. Where do I know that name from? It'll come to me. Nice to meet you. And are you okay? Looking at Elisich. Oh, your microphone's off.
See, it's funny because it says they're like it's green that
Yeah,
makes
like a-
beacon.
Just try the cable real quick. It'll be a quick fix.
Mute and then unmute.
Mm-mm.
We've had trouble with some tech goblins lately, my dudes.
This is going to be like this the whole session, just so you know.
It's okay. We can roll with it. It's fine.
As
Don't
she
worry
was
about it.
saying, I know I look like shit. And I obviously sound it now. Elisich.
Good to meet you. You guys have been encountering all sorts of shit. Do you need any medical attention or anything? Not that I'm any good at it, but I can wrap a bandage pretty well.
I mean, I think we're all good. Like looks towards Frike and Elisich. I don't think you guys got hurt.
Oh, I'm fine. Don't worry. I just look worse than I am.
Well, then I apologize. I didn't mean to insinuate. I'm not good with people.
That's alright. Neither am I. Continue to put your foot in it, dear. It's fine. Charmed, I'm
Just
sure.
gives you a thumbs up. Okay.
because I think she's been kind of quiet and contemplative and leaning against a wall. You're the only one that knew, that saw her, my other self, my shadow self. And pointing at Atticus without looking at him, he said it could move quickly from place to place, like I can. It was part of their plan.
I mean,
Can
it adds
she-
up. But
Can she, like, search her memory to see if, she remembers doing this at all?
Go ahead and make a history check.
Six.
A 6. I assume you're attempting to reach into memories that don't strictly belong to you.
The logic being that since they were brought together, she, well, she's also at the end of her rope, so she's, like, searching for answers at this point. She doesn't care where they come from.
I'd like you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. $15.
15. You try to think back, and the idea of trying to pull a memory that's technically not yours but is yours, a memory that you had that you didn't experience, it's like a paradox. And your mind immediately fills with confused pain as you try and comprehend this concept of... It's difficult. You manage to shrug off anything further.
Just grunting and hissing in pain. Doesn't make... It's not clear, but I don't know if I can go back to Irion now. I'll say she mixed the two names up because of the head pain.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're not the only person that can zip in and out. There's a chance it could not have been you. Like, I know there was a second Frike in Morganath, but I saw what I assumed was your brother teleport and be fast in the Shadowfell, so...
That was her. All along. They stole the necklaces, they...
Are these...
used me since the beginning.
Forgive me for interrupting, but are these necklaces? Have you still got them? Or is that something that they have, whoever it is that's behind it all?
We don't, right? I don't think that we do.
I think you have one that's disenchanted.
Right. Just one. And she'll reach around and pull out the necklace. Giving Aegis a somewhat guilty look as she pulls out the necklace and shows it to Atticus.
I suppose on that point, actually, it might be beneficial for me to know. What are we dealing with? Who are we dealing with? So I don't have that information.
She'll A god of death that isn't the god of death anymore. He's not supposed to exist, and yet he does. And from here, kind of launching into a hasty recap of events, including her father and what they know of his plan.
Well, shit. I can see why you're getting migraines. That's a lot to process. I just thought it would be some sort of mad wizard or something. That's heavy. Okay. This feels a bit above my pay grade. Above anyone's pay grade. What?
Yeah.
But we're not in it for the money this time, Atticus. We're in it to change the world.
To fix
Get
it.
back what was stolen.
Yeah.
It's strange, you know, I spent all them years training you up, so that should something like this happen, people like you would be ready to make a difference. It's not something I ever wanted to happen. So, being in this moment now, I am feeling a conflict of pride, because clearly I'm looking at you now and you're very capable. But I never wanted this for you.
When I became a hero, I thought I would be going into dungeons and fighting dragons, but here I am trying to save the world.
As the colloquialism goes, hope for the best and prepare for the worst.
I like that. That's clever. We should have put that on our list. Although I think most of that list is probably useless. Now, I don't know.
It keeps us going. There's some nuggets in there.
You're a nugget.
You fed me nuggets.
Well,
The
you were an
six-piece.
awkward eater. You wouldn't eat anything else. Honestly, this
I'm
one
sorry,
as a
okay?
child, pain in the ass. 100%.
I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry my mom couldn't afford me to buy me anything else besides chicken nuggets.
There's cheaper things than chicken nuggets, but she still had to get them for her little prince.
And that's why I'm working now, to get her money.
No matter how things change, they always stay the same. Okay. So, thank you for that information. That's useful for me to figure some stuff out. I don't know much, but I'll tell you what I do know. I have been dealing with these rot creatures everywhere I've been. This is not an isolated incident. I've been to Berthi, I've been to Etheriond, I've been to Inyath, I've been to Lehi, I've been to towns in between. Everywhere is fighting to survive. We've never seen anything like this. I don't think anything like this has ever happened before. This is a doomsday scenario. To most people. The rot is interesting. It seems to react strongly to certain types of people, certain types of abilities, magics. From what you've told me, clearly that makes sense because it's from the Shadowfell. So like the darker tendencies of things it gravitates towards. I've heard it's pretty nasty if you have physical contact with it. If it's not dealt with quickly. Any idea how to deal with that? You know, if you did made contact with it like a little while ago.
Did you make contact with him?
He just like lifts his robe, and all up his side you see a very similar dark spot underneath the skin that is up most of his side and his side of his ribs, spread quite extensively. It's weird. There's some aspects of it which have made things better. I can see in the dark better. I'm a bit more agile, a bit more resilient. But that can't be good. I mean, look at it. It's fucking terrifying.
She'll reach for her own like wound, the veins traveling up her neck, and Aegis, did you ever find out how to eliminate the rot from people?
Patch, would you refresh my memory on what we learned in terms of curing the rot and like I know there was that area of that cave we were in with the stone that was able to like purify it. But all of my notes are in a different notebook.
Yes, that seemed to be a very particular place with a very particular, like, there was like a mineral or something, you weren't entirely sure, but whatever substance was in the walls and floor of that cave system seemed to repel it. In terms of what you may not have learned since then, you've not had much chance to practice, as it were, so some healing abilities may be able to do something about it to either slow it down or reverse it, but you've managed to avoid it for the most part. And when it has come up, there's been different circumstances. I
Tano's
suppose.
gonna quickly check himself to make sure he hasn't got any rot things on him.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Can Aegis assist?
Yes, he just can assist. Only if you tell me how you assist.
I'm so
Can
sorry.
you see it? Can you see it? Am I healthy?
You see this one dark spot. It's.
Can you reach in and pull it out, please?
Oh, God.
Can you feel my heart? No.
Hungry eyes. So that was an 18.
An 18. Okay. You are very thorough in your investigation of yourself. You appear to be okay.
Awesome. Awesome. Because the amount of this guy actually takes his shirt off, I'd be surprised if he'd never noticed something before.
And Atticus readjusts his uniform, as it were. I mean, it's no big deal. Like, you know, I just...
It's giving you abilities.
Well, I couldn't see in the dark before, and now I can see in the dark.
I haven't experienced, well, anything like that. She'll actually look at Mr. Timing. Have you experienced something along the lines of what he's talking about?
You see, like, he goes blank for a second as he run some diagnostics, shall we say, while I check his character sheet, which I don't have open, which I should have had open at the start of the campaign, start of session.
I vividly remember you telling Artie to take 1 level of corruption.
Yeah.
Oh yes. And that is the thing I know that Aelin has notes on from the Demethrin 5, because it came up.
Yeah. I have a whole list. It's in the other binder that's halfway across the room, though.
Okay. He does
We
this
could try.
assessment, and he stops, and he's like, well, actually, now that he's mentioned it, I think that my visual oculus, my eyes are better. I can process images in the dark better.
Oh, in the chat,
In the chat. Ah, yes. This is correct.
so...
Took some
wouldn't
high
have
level
it.
healing.
Okay.
Greater restoration.
So that may be of some help then.
We would
You've
just
got
need
to
to
remember
find
this.
stronger healers to be able to do this.
Yeah,
Okay.
figured something like that. I appreciate. You know, I'm sure you're perfectly capable. I don't want you to feel like it. You know, like that you're. I'm really not good with people. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm better with the dead than the living.
Why does that concern me?
You get used to it.
Cool. No doubt. So what's your plan? How can I assist?
Well, we were gonna try and find the guy who's responsible for this and take turns punching him in the face.
Now that sounds amazing. I can totally get on board a plan like that.
So, in terms of like actually scouting where this place could be, I've got this coin that contains a cloud. I was gonna take someone up there, throw them up really high, and see what they can see.
A coin that contains a... That sounds awesome.
Pretty rad, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Okay. Now you mentioned earlier when you gave me that lore dump about all the things.
It was a good
You know,
dump.
It was very, very satisfactory, very fluent, efficient dump. You mentioned we're in the Shadowfell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So have we swapped places? Do we need to get back there, or do we need to bring them here? Like, what's... Because it sounds like they're not here, but we are. So, or
You know
do
when
we?
you crack an egg? You know when you crack an egg, sometimes you get 2 yolks? We're the 2 yolk egg at the moment.
I do like eggs. Okay.
It's true. I don't think they're here. They're on the material plane. But since all of this began in Demethrin, we wanted to venture as close to the site of destruction as possible, which will compound the time it takes to travel by using the branch of Paler.
Okay. Well, I don't know much about branches of Palor. I don't know much about that. I travel the scenic routes with my feet.
I worry that, as you said, you've encountered monsters and we're trying to survive.
Well, chin up, lass. You've survived this far. Can't be that bad. And
She's also
Whole
super
lot
strong.
better when
I can tell by the muscles. And you've put up with this fecker for as long as you have. I mean, that's some good going.
it'll be a whole lot better when we can finally stop him.
So when we find this stronghold or base or wherever this guy is, have we any plans on how we can like either balls blazing burst the doors down, or do we want to plan it a little?
Caution, I think. Carefully approach. If there's even anything there, and she might wince a little bit because she thinks that it's maybe a little insensitive to Aegis. But she's struggling right now. We observe, we report to each other, we do it cautiously. And we survive. Do what needs to be done.
So, and he looks to Mr. Timey. What if... Now, this is just a plan. It doesn't have to be the plan, but... What if we have him turn into, like, a soldier of your father's that has captured us? Almost like a Trojan horse of sorts. Just like, oh no, I've been captured. Whatever shall we do? And it's just like, surprise! We're here to kick your ass.
Wait. I like it, but there might be a way for us to get inside without you having to be disarmed at whatever gate is there, so you don't have to lose your weapons.
So,
what if Mr. Timey is a guard and he has captured someone, but it's me? And
I love visualizing this as it's like an Ocean's 11's plan.
Yeah.
As it's happening as we're doing it.
the Steven Soderbergh boxes and one person snapping and then yeah.
Dude.
While this conversation is
basically-
happening, just real quick, can someone roll me a D100?
Oh, I don't.
Ruh-roh.
Oh, 17.
17. Okay, thank you. Please continue.
We're fucked.
So essentially proposing that, yes, Mr. Timey poses as a soldier, but he only presents it like he's captured Frike, so that the other, like, we're acting like this is a big castle with a base and guards as if we know what's to expect, but the idea being that, Mr. Timey walks in with Frike, everyone else is distracted, and then, the others can slowly make their way into whatever area we're walking into. And she'll like conclude that with like, so you don't have to worry about breaking out of a prison without having all of your weapons.
Mm-hmm. If we had an artificer here, we could like hide inside their bag of holding with like a breathing tube. They could sneak us in and just be like, "Ha! Surprise!" And we just emerge and kick ass.
While you're having this conversation, there's a flash of light from outside this cavern as the moon cycle changes. I need one of you to roll me a d20.
Oh my god. Oh my god. 12.
A 12. Okay. After the flash of light, everything around you begins to glow an ominous crimson red as you peer out into the night sky and you see a blood red moon hanging in the center of the sky. And with a roll of 12, just pulling from this document, much like in some popular media, you begin to hear cries in the distance as entities of rot that had previously been vanquished in these lands begin to reassemble from the ground.
I didn't hear no bell.
And because of where you are, there is one cry that is louder than others, and it's a cry that Aegis has heard once before. How do you think you feel, Aegis, when you hear that sound? The first rot creature that you encountered on your journey with the Demethrin 5.
It was the rot dragon, wasn't it?
You know what?
Like, you see him visibly flinch and, like, look around, like... there may be some swearing in Undercommon. Like,
Oh, fuck, not again.
Colin puts his hand on their shoulder. Hey, whatever it is, we got you. Wily Coyote.
Yes.
I love you.
So I don't want to cause any alarm, except for I definitely should be causing some alarm. That is the sound, unless I am mistaken, which I desperately hope that I am mistaken. I believe that is a dragon.
So what you're saying is we just gotta find a dungeon.
This is all your fault, McGinnis. You were the one was talking about dragons and fucking dungeons. Yeah, you just had
We're
to.
not
You're such a.
fucking the dragon in the dungeon.
You're such a quest junkie. I swear to God.
Nobody said anything about fucking it either.
That is definitely one way to get the rot, and I would advise against it.
Yes.
It's a bad dragon, man.
Oh my God. That's not a sponsorship we want, Pat.
No.
Any sponsorship's good sponsorship. But also,
Connell's going to hand the Nimbus coin to Aegis. Look, you know what's going on here. Should this coin help keep you safe and out of the fray? And I know you can like zip zap teleport with your clone thing, so we got you. We'll do anything it takes to protect you from whatever that is. Whether it means we run from it, we somehow chop it down, whatever, we got this.
We just had big fucking spiders in the Underdark. We did not have dragons.
Can
Thank
sorry, can she peer out of the cavern to see how close it is?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay. 21?
21, okay. You don't have any visual, but you can hear the direction that it's coming from. Even with the 21, it's difficult to fully judge. Because, I mean, you've experienced dragons before. But you don't know the size of this dragon. And this doesn't sound like the dragons you fought before, because this sounds... Actually, as it gets slowly louder and louder, it does start to sound familiar. It starts to sound...
Is this Session 2 Dragon?
It's not Session 2 Dragon, but it has a very similar roar to what you heard in Zundanag the day you lost Brem. It's definitely not in your immediate vicinity, but you can all hear it, the wings flapping, and it's slowly getting louder.
Wait. We wait. It may pass over us. Stay ready for anything, but... hide.
I'll need a stealth check from everybody if we're gonna hide.
Connell puts his hand on the ground and like a pulse from the earth just like wraps stones around everybody's feet as he uses Pacify Trace.
That's a plus 10 to your stealth, everyone.
Yes.
It's gonna be very much needed. Oh boy.
You.
It's plus 10 patch.
Yeah, I forgot
Clank, clank, clank.
Mr. Timing was at disadvantage.
Me too. Let's go.
Well-
Heavy armor.
With the plus 10, that's a 33.
dang.
Ooh, hell yeah. Okay. 233s, that's good.
I got a 28.
28. Disadvantage, very good. Feronia?
Fronia's not here, Patch?
But fucking goddamn it! It's 50 odd episodes of using that name. Elisich, my love.
The chat says 22.
20.
So plus 10.
That's including the plus 10.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, alongside a 30 from Atticus, and a 16 from Mr. Timey, who rolled a natural 6. No, he rolled a natural... no, that will be a 15, because it's a -1, so... You wait. You hunker down. You gather close. and time seems to stretch on and on and on and on. At one point, you instinctively hold your breath as it sounds like it's directly above you in the air. You squeeze tight onto your weapons, your arcane focus, your holy symbol, whatever it is you wield in battle, you hold on tight. And you wait, and wait, and wait. And the sound just vanishes. You don't hear it leave. You don't hear it echo off in the distance. It's right overhead, and then it's gone.
Connell's going to check if the coast is clear.
You're gonna give me a perception check.
Like, slowly inching his head out. Perception.
Dirty 20.
Well, that's a natural 25.
Hell yeah. You both slowly creep your head out, take in your surroundings silently. At first it's a little difficult with this red, ominous glow coming from the moon. A lot of stuff just seems to blend in to its surroundings. You don't see anything in your immediate vicinity. You listen out, you just hear silence. Coast seems to be clear.
I think if we're gonna move, we better do it quickly.
Scenic route doesn't seem ideal. Branch of Paler?
Run to Paler.
You lead, I'll follow.
Atticus, have you got a way of, like... I suppose you don't, like, conjuring, like, animals or a vehicle or something to, like, maybe we could, like, hop on a horse or something?
Not really, no. That's not my forte.
Man, if only we had a druid. Wait a second.
This cloud coin, would you want to use it for Atticus instead?
I mean, this old dog, he's perfectly capable of keeping himself going down here with us. Like I said, if this coin makes a difference in your safety, then that's a priority for me.
Yes, but if you would prefer to keep your father safe, that is also...
He's not my dad.
Oh, my mistake.
He's not?
You're not my dad!
No! You're not my dad! Oh.
Oh. Huh.
I was also under the same...
No, he saved me and my mom when we were getting attacked in the street. He took us in and he taught me how to fight.
Life was much simpler back then. That's for sure.
Yeah, as simple as your mom getting mugged in the street. Yeah, that's simple.
Compared to whatever the fuck that was.
Hey, trauma comes in different ways. Carl starts walking up.
Chicken soup for the trauma.
All right.
We're walking in the direction of the branch paler.
What the fuck did Connell do? Chat?
Okay. Everyone stealthily moving forward to the branch of Palor. I'm going to need another group stealth check as we progress. Pass Without Trace lasts for how long?
An hour.
Oh, does it?
I think so.
Sorry.
Right.
Inner druid kicking in.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's an hour. Perfect.
Yep. So yeah, you can continue. You can continue adding the plus 10.
22.
When you get a nat 20 on a disadvantage check. That's a 15 I got.
A 15.
30?
Oh,
22.
sorry, 16.
Somewhere.
Okay.
Elisech got a 30.
A 30. Very nice.
And a 32 for Aegis.
Mr. Timey got a 13, which is
Clank, 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 clank,
clink,
clank,
clank, clink,
clank.
clank. Atticus got a natural 20 for a 35.
Hell yeah.
So he's a ghost. He vanishes into the Wildmount Chronicles on Wednesdays. And you continue your journey. As you do, you look off into the distance because there's no tree lines anymore. There's no foliage.
Maya's gonna cast guidance on Mr. Timing.
He's gonna roll that guidance to add to that. And that is a 3. It's just like,
Every little bit counts.
yeah, fix a little breath.
Clang.
That's
Clang.
really good. Clink, clank, clink,
Clang.
clink.
Clink, clink, clink.
Take away the clangs.
Amazing. Yes, the clink clanks are a little bit more subdued now, thankfully. But as you look out, as you're traversing, you now see that in the distance you see these hulking silhouettes, these shapes, monstrous figures, far away. These are miles away, but you can see them raising up from the earth, moving like abnormally and crawling, and there's a lot of them. This is not just a case of like a random encounter, but that is quite a hydrate. Thank you for the hydration, Pixie. We need it where we're going. So, you continue your trek and you eventually find your way back to Darren Keep, where the branch of Palor resides. It still seems to be deserted somewhat for now. And the coast seems to be clear.
And this is where we came through.
This is where you arrived in Demethrin, yes. The idea being that you could use it to go to a different branch of Palor, because Aegis had stated previously there is one in the capital city of Cathermand.
Cathermand.
Okay. You make your way inside. The halls remain empty. You open the door to the room where the branch of Palor resides. It is as you left it.
Connell's like stepping over like all the vines that were like there from when the shit came through. It's like, you're quite powerful. Look at all this. It's all you.
I can admire a woman in a few words. Mr. Timey walks up and says, Alright, so do you want to try and reactivate this thing, yeah? Have it send us elsewhere. I don't know where we're going, so you're gonna have to tell me where to go. Aegis.
Cathermand.
Do you know how to spell that? It's fine. It's just jokes. Jokes. I'm joking. It's fine.
Mr. Time autocorrects.
Yes.
It's just a glance to the left.
A little spectral form appears next to Mr. Timey of a paperclip going, "Would you like some assistance?"
Oh my god, this is
Minus one
familiar!
intelligence. Yes, I do. Yes, I would like some assistance.
Yeah.
It appears you're trying to stop the Great Reconvergence. Okay. And with a natural 19 on that roll, very quickly and adeptly, you see he's messing around with the configurations and then portal appears. Yeah, I think this is as accurate as I can get, yeah? I think Atticus looks to Connell and is like, "You sure about this? I don't normally do portal travel." Makes my
Is this your first
stomach-
time doing interdimensional travel?
It's not the first, but I usually get nauseous, so...
Well, you better hold on to your lunch, old man. And Connell like almost like jumps backwards into the portal and says, "Peace out."
That boy's gonna be the death
So-
of me.
Be right behind Connell.
One by one, you step through the portal. We can hear you!
Yeah.
This microphone, thank God, Rhode, my little thing on a stick.
Yeah!
I got a
Sounds
stick.
like shit. I'm so sorry if it sounds like shit, but
No,
yeah,
no,
it's
no.
It's fine.
It sounds
It's
amazing. We can
fine.
hear
It
you.
works.
It's...
Yeah.
You know what?
I had to download fucking a separate software for this as well. But yeah,
Hey.
it's either that or I put it here, but I kind of like it on a stick. My little
I'm just-
Feronia fuck up sticks.
It's fine. Do you know what? I will gladly take it to hear your dulcet tones once more.
Coming to Elisich with the weather. How are we doing to Mathrin today?
That is actually a use for Druidcraft rules as written, is determining the weather.
Oh my god.
Ah!
I love that.
So,
I was at a point where I was messaging Patch and I was like, I'll just wild shape. It's fine.
let's turn it into a sea cucumber again. It's fine.
Not my
One by
fault,
one.
Okay.
One by one, you all jump into the portal. And this, looking at the time, is the perfect opportunity for us to take a quick bio break. So, do stick around while we bio break, and we'll find out where the Wyld Ones
We're dropping.
are. See you shortly. Oh, hi, QJs. Sorry to interrupt your broadcast. It's me. I've been here the whole time. Oh, wait, no, that's Sam Reich, not me. Just a quick little thing just to say, if you haven't done so already, can I do this yet? Squeeze my finger down here. This little follow and subscribe. Give that a little shot. Because we here at QuestJunkies need your support. And, as a special little extra thing, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you get one free Prime subscription every single month that you can give to one of your favorite creators. And we here at QuestJunkies would be thrilled if you would consider lending us your Prime subscription. Or just a normal subscription if you fancy that. You will get access to lots of fancy emotes and things like that, and you will be helping QuestJunkies with their content creation, supporting us in our future creative endeavors, which basically accounts to bringing you more memes, you know, that kind that you love, in the form of comedic yet sometimes arousing storytelling. Yeah, that sounds about right. So yes, if you haven't done so already, please do consider giving us a follow and a subscribe. And yes, I will stop interrupting your fantastic QuestJunkies content. What's on at the minute? This is a good one. It's an oldie but a goodie. Yeah, enjoy. Oh, Bad and the Beautiful, even better. Yeah, go check that out. It's really, really cool. So yeah, till next time, friends.
Tired of eating bland, tasteless food on your epic quests? Looking for something more exciting to fuel your adventures? Look no further than Subway.
Our sandwiches are made with only the freshest ingredients, sourced from all across the continent. Whether you're a warrior, wizard, or rogue, we have a sub that will suit your tastes. Will you go for the barbarian's bold beef, the elven herb roasted turkey, or the dwarven double smoked bacon? Choose from our wide variety of meats, cheeses, and vegetables, all served on freshly baked bread.
But that's not all. At Subway, you can also customize your sub with magical sauces and enchanted toppings. Will you add a dash of Dragonfire hot sauce or a sprinkle of pixie dust parmesan? The possibilities are endless.
Our sandwiches come in 3 sizes: adventurer, hero, and legend.
Need something to quench your thirst after battling trolls and dragons? We also offer our signature drinks, like the Action Surge Grapefruit Ale or the Eldritch Baja Blast Dark Stout.
And for a sweet treat, try our famous 100% original recipe Feywild cookies. But don't take our word for it. Listen to what some of our satisfied customers have to say.
I never thought I'd find a sandwich that could match the thrill of slaying a dragon. Subway did it!
Oh, I used to hate going on quests because of the terrible food, but now I look forward to it. Thanks, Subway.
I never knew that I needed enchanted toppings on my sandwich till I tried Subway. Now my taste buds are having a wild flavor surge.
The dragon hot fire sauce is not for the faint of heart, but it sure comes in handy when you're fighting frost giants.
So why settle for boring, mundane food when you can indulge in the flavors of Subway? Fresh bites for your epic fights. Subway, eat fresh.
I don't know, but people ever asked you, like, when you meet your clone, like, would you fuck them or would you fight them?
If you'd like to use a tool to help you, say, separate the rib cage to pull out a heart, that's a different story.
Yes. All right.
Why did I say that so candidly?
The top card is... Ooh. I will just hold it up to the screen for you to see. Oh god, the filter works.
Is that Medusa?
It is a Medusa. Pirate
Okay,
Medusa. First question, the Grand Illuminator. How's he looking after that?
He's fine.
Oh.
He didn't take it well.
I know you won't stop us. We're the Wyld Ones. I have a magic drink. I'm gonna drink. Do. Stars and stuff. Hey, I'm gonna pray to the moon for help. Hello, moon. Give us some help.
We've got some vegetable oil in the back, but we try not to use it because it's shit.
Oh, the shitter the better. I'll have that.
Look, I drew a picture. Do you like it?
Too much.
Oh no, wait! I forgot to put the arms on. There we go. You have arms now.
Should we get the fuck out of here and just leave them to suck each other off?
Did you used to couple?
No, God, no.
The thing with the brother was down the street, not this one.
It wasn't here.
So I thought that it was two completely different things.
I'll say that laughing a little deliriously, Lena will start to go down.
Down the street. Down the street where? I need to question you as a DM. Where down the street?
We would use it. We would use it when we had like religious rites, like funerals. Shit hunt would be a very solemn vow that you would take. So, you know.
That would explain. Sometimes I dream and I hear it.
I don't set out like statues or dicks or something and just like make a circle on the ground and she just comes. But like
dicks and comes.
Sorry.
There it is.
I got the duplicate. Chester didn't care, so I fucked around and found out.
With a duplicate? So you fucked Chester?
No,
oh my god! Oh my...
No, we strap a seagull on Charlie, and then Charlie is a flying dog.
What?
Come on, you wanted to eat a cat. I can strap a seagull on a robot dog. Why not?
So the next one shot to unlock, I believe, is a very good one, as Phoenix Uwaki, the man himself, will be... oh god, the finger in the mouth. Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's so creepy, but at the same time, it's I don't know how to feel.
Oh,
it's no. Wait, hold on.
Do it in the ear.
We've arrived home.
Oh my god.
Oh,
let me see what's happened.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Guys, if you weren't following the channel or subscribed already, this right here is reason enough to consider it.
Mate, she's hungover as fuck. You've just launched yourself on her and grabbed her paws and then stuck it in her face. Well, how else would she fucking react?
I can afford a dildo, but not a sword, Frike, probably.
Boulder, parchment, cheers.
Oh.
You
both took scissors.
Okay.
How ironic. Bridget's muted, but I can still hear her.
Yeah.
I want Tabrel to clap them ass cheeks.
Okay, naughty list.
Can she ritual cast speak with animals?
I'm already doing the same fucking thing thanks to you.
Yes!
I'm gonna have to. Okay.
Yes. Give us the goose. Give us the goose.
All right.
Hashtag give us the goose.
The chalice from the palace, she points towards chalice, has the brew that is true, okay? Just in case I'm occupied. I'll explain later. Just to remember that. Okay. Good. Sure. René looks very confused.
Celosia Goose has a knife and is kind of rocketing around the room with like the zoomies.
What have we got there? A knife! Hug! Like things where you can buy the merch and stuff, and where you can support our wonderful players, who we'll get to in a little second. And yes, Sarah's already got the thumbs up bubble. I'm sure we're going to see that a lot tonight, since we just discovered it about 2 minutes ago. Oh, wow! Oh, shit. Oh, no. Pi just found wild magic. Happy 1000!
She'll lean in and make out with herself. Just for like a couple seconds to see.
Sounds like a Tuesday to me.
To be fair, I never said come join us. We wish to see your man body. I said nothing of the sort.
Your man body.
Along with that long flickering tongue as it slowly, centrally crosses his eyeball. A really deep, dark, intrusive thought passes through your brain. And all it says is, what that tongue do? Get them all!
Wow. Way to play up the 90s cartoon villain, Dion. Damn. Pulse.
No, please, do continue.
Pulse, meow.
I even stopped the music so that, you know, we could fully immerse ourselves in this ASMR goodness coming from
Oh my god.
Sarah.
Balls. But if that isn't enough,
We'll offer our bodies.
Damn it.
If he needs taking in line, we can help you there.
Speaking of fucking your brother, I'll be back.
Excuse me?
Let's go.
Stradalicious, where it's supposed to be a scary campaign, but all my players are thirsty as fuck. Welcome.
And welcome back, dear friends, to the Rhódania Chronicles, right here on Quest Junkies. The Wyld Ones. We rejoin them as they have traversed back towards the branch of Paylor, narrowly avoiding the sudden rising of former vanquished beings of rot, hearing the sounds of a all too familiar rot dragon above, but made it to their destination. Activated the portal of the branch of Paylor with the intent of journeying to Cathramand. And as they walk through, who'd like to roll me a D100?
I roll now that I can
My!
speak.
Please roll as a D100.
I'm Queen of Wild Magic, so it's only appropriate. Percentile dice, here we go. That would be a 28. Fuck.
28. Okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
Hey, I didn't tell you what the roll was for, so you don't know. It could be good, it could be bad.
It's our percentage of chance of survival. That's what it is.
I think in this moment, now that we do have you back,
Oh no.
What is going through your mind, Elisich, as you begin to cross into this portal once more, after hearing everything that was discussed earlier, and silently contemplating everything being said?
Well, I was going to say, because this is what Mai was doing, I was going to say she was disassociating a little bit. To be honest.
That's very fair.
But now, as we're going through the portal, she's just kind of, I suppose, what's the not so nice version of reminiscing?
Spiraling.
Spiraling. Basically, she's just kind of recalling what it was like the last time she went through this portal. And every portal or some sort of entryway she's gone through it every time before that, and how each one of them feel different and just as painful as the last.
Is it visible on her face? / body language?
Roll an insight, that's what I would say.
Yep.
God, she's got a microphone back now. She's taking over the DM spot, asking for inside checks. God damn it.
24.
Ooh.
Dirty 20.
Okay. I mean, she's trying to mask up as much as she can. And she's made a good job of it. You know, she thinks she's done a good job of it, especially being by herself for so long. But you can't help but see the slight grimace of pain on her face, and the bald patches kind of getting to. Because if she had skin, like visible skin, she'd be probably red with trying to. Wait, I'm sorry, I felt like I was gonna have a shit there. She's like trying
Live
not
on
to
camera.
show.
That's going to be the next out of context compilation.
I mean, like, she's straining not to, like, show that she's in pain. Fuck off! She's trying not to show that she's in pain, but you can clearly see that she is bracing herself as well as feeling some sort of discomfort. With it being... I don't know if you want me to roll a constitution or anything like that, but it's just to... Whether she feels the pain or not, she's trying to cover it up. That feeling.
I mean, I was gonna get you to roll deception to try and hide it, but you've pretty much just said that you didn't.
I don't think I need to roll. Like, I'm just this. Yeah. Sorry, I really am taking over. I'm sorry.
No. It makes my job easier.
Aegis will just offered his hand. Just casually.
Slight flinch. She's not used to people touching her. At least not for a while.
Like, there's no contact. It's just there,
even like the
adjacent.
reaction. I'm fine. I'm fine. But thank you.
You all step through the portal. And with a roll of 28, I believe it was. One by one, you step through into a new space. The first thing you see as you step through, the first thing you hear is the sound of a stray cat. Alice Inch is not enjoying it.
Sorry. I don't like traveling.
The first thing you see ahead of you all is that you're in some sort of marble building. It's very grand. But ahead of you, across the way from the branch of Palor here, you see a raised platform and a statue of 5 figures. One of them looks very familiar. One of them is Aegis. One of the ones at the front looks very familiar. As for the first time since the tournament, you look at the face of Kimura. It seems to be linked by a pinky to this lizard-like individual at the front, with Aegis and 2 others behind.
that you?
Indeed.
Wow, they weren't kidding when they said that you were heroes around these parts. Not that I'm not surprised. You have a heart of a hero, after all.
Doesn't really seem like much after. Well,
of course.
You just will step up to the statues and be visibly saying like a small prayer, probably lighting an incense at the feet of Kimura and Gakato.
As you all sort of step forward, you hear attempting to be very quiet, some slight dry heaving from Atticus, who's not very good at traveling via portal. He's trying to be respectful, but also
Connell's rubbing his back. Alright, that's it, big guy. That's it.
Yep, I'm good.
I did a con save just in case as well. I got a 17, so that's alright. He's travelled enough. Just in cases.
Did we make it? Are we where we need to be?
Where are we? I wasn't really focusing earlier about where we said we were going. Apologies for that. I have moments of bubblehead.
We ventured deeper into Demethrin, to Cathermand.
Oh, smart. Okay. All right. What's the next step?
Ocean's 11, the screen splits.
In one part of the screen, and I'm snapping, and another part of the screen. Recapping the plan, which was essentially to get as close to the site of the destruction as possible, to observe, find out if anyone's there, and use what we learned to calculate our next steps. And we didn't want to take the scenic route because of the giant rot dragon. We've avoided all of the monsters in between. I mean, saying that, I don't know if we have, but we avoided that one. So,
is it safe to say, Patch, that I mean, do you want us to check, see if we're alone? I think we're alone now.
He just didn't want to do a perception check to see if we are in fact.
Feel free to progress however you wish.
9.
Connell isn't perceptioning. He is looking the statue of Kimura up and down, and mentally he just says, "I'll beat your high score."
25.
25.
Ooh.
18.
18.
I think we're alone now.
The vast palace of which you find yourselves in seems to be almost too deserted. Every sound that you make echoes off the marble walls. Not a trace of anyone or anything.
Does it look like things were left behind in perhaps like a mad rush to escape, or?
Say with that 25, it looks like it's been like this for some time. People have been back to potentially loot, look for things, search for scraps. It's long since abandoned.
Would you say this is an area?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, because we don't seem to see that there's anyone kind of around us, does it seem to be a secure area where if we did want to sit, not that we're not going to do a long rest or anything like that, but would you say this is secure enough that if we did need to come back, we could hold up here for a little while, or is it a bit like the Branch of Palor back in Zundanarg situation where it could potentially be overrun?
I would say it's a large open space. You see corridors down to either side, with doors that are open but look like they could be barricaded. Okay. It's potential.
Is anyone good at making maps at all, or cartography in any way, or you happen to have a scrap piece of paper?
Cartago what?
Cartography, dear. The art of making maps.
Do you know how to do it?
No, which is why I'm asking. I could barely write my own name. I don't like writing stuff. Who needs it? I could do some runes, but that's only when I'm, like I did earlier.
She starts to pull out the map of Rhódania, hesitates as she's thinking of the one person she knew with an entire notebook full of scrap paper. So there's maybe a visible flinch, but she'll pull out the map and... Oh, there are still all these X's on it from when Dothra and Mice marked it full of the locations of the Branch of Palor, but I'm assuming we never checked the back either, so there's probably open space on the back.
I would say so, yeah. And around about this time, there is a flash from Mr. Timey as the disguise wears off and goes, "Oh, there we go. There's no one around anyway. It's quite all right."
A stupid question. Has Mr. Timey been in disguise the whole time that Elisich has been around?
I don't believe so. Because I believe he took the Macklemore disguise during the long rest. So
right, okay.
I believe so.
I didn't know if he had another disguise on. Okay. You're looking nice and shiny and stuff.
Well, yes, I am made of material that is quite shiny.
I don't usually like unnatural things, but you'll do. You look quite nice like that.
Thank you. I was made by crafted hands.
Oh, good! Not very often things are made by hand these days. Things are just kind of conjured. Not that, I'm saying magic is any bad. Otherwise I'd be a hypocrite.
Yes, the rise of arcane intelligence is terrible in these times. We must do everything we can to reduce AI in these worlds.
Connell immediately gets aggravated.
It's canon now.
Yep.
On the back of the map, she'll just ask Elisich, what were you hoping to map out?
Well, I was thinking that, unless our darling Aegis here can recall from memory, we may not always be together. We might end up getting set apart. Is it worth, maybe not doing breadcrumbs, but is it worth drawing out some sort of map whilst we're in this area, just so we can keep track of where we are and where we're going? I'd hate for us to get lost or separated.
Here's the moment where I try to recall if even a single one of us has any kind of writing utensils of any kind.
Patch, would you say...
Frank has woodcarver's tools.
Oh, okay.
Whittle 'em up.
Yeah, for real.
I don't know exactly what would be that would be of good use in a herbalism kit or brewer's supplies. But, I mean, in my head, I would imagine there would be some sort of note-taking, even just like not a pen, quill of some sort.
I'll
I mean, I would have thrown away the notebook before we kept the pen. My shiny
Yeah.
Parker pen, you know.
Yeah, I'll allow that.
I mean, I don't, I don't write very often, but you could have my calligraphy increment. There you go. Just hands over a bright yellow Aarakocra quill.
Sure.
If you guys have seen the Wildmount one shot, there's a reference to that. Because Timothy takes a quill, pen, feather. That's it.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. I almost did as well.
Sorry. Using the general size of Demethrin, on the other side of the map as a reference, she's going to try to recreate an image of Demethrin as it is now. Since this is the updated map that I'm looking at and not the old one, I imagine Fryk's map would still have the remains like Drixek and Drikthar, so trying to draw the map as they know it now and recreate it on the other side, but in a bigger scale so they can reference where things are in Demethrin.
Sure. Roll me d20.
Okay.
DC 12.
$15.
15. I'll say you are successful in doing so.
You can keep that, by the way. I imagine you'll be needing it. Not more than me, anyway.
Thank you.
Nice.
We should hold on to some means of writing among us. So we've got this map. Do we leave this place and see what we can see? Aegis, do you recall the best way toward the site of the destruction from here?
I believe so.
I think she'll work with Aegis to essentially draw out a route that they're going to take on the map.
I think looking at the map and just from memory, half the continent went missing after that. You could just walk north and you'd come across it sooner or later.
I think he would convey as much. It's like we were underground and then, ground went into the water and...
Okay. Drawing out those little, dotted travel line to track where they've been versus where they're going and rolling up the map.
Okay.
Let's see what we can see.
Before we decide to move from this area, what's the floor situation like? Is it, dusty, or is it soil, or is it...
In this place, it's marble. It's pretty dusty. There's bits of rubble here and there. It looks like the interior of a palace.
Cool. So before we decide to kind of make our way, I'm just going to brace a circle and pop some, almost like a cairn, in the middle of the circle with some of the bits of marble that I can find. Step back and just okay. So, brilliant, done. And gonna cast Druidcraft around the circle. I know they're gonna rot and everything because of where we are, but just to try and bloom as many lotuses as possible before they crumble around the circle.
And bloom they do. And they do not rot away in this place. They thrive.
Interesting. Well, that's good. Let's go, shall we?
Yes.
And with that, who's leading? I assume Aegis would be leading, if you know these places well.
He will do his best.
Yes.
If I could make this analogy, if Aegis is in the driver's seat, Frike is navigating with the map.
Okay. You're the sat nag.
Yes.
The sat
Okay.
hag.
The sat hag. Oh god, that needs to be Hamburg. Oh boy. At the end of the road, turn
You're
right. Okay. You begin
Oh,
to
that's a god
leave.
run.
You begin to leave this place and head outside of what is the High Palace of Cathromand. And before you, you see a decimated cityscape. What looks like once held a thriving people. All the buildings seem to be of a similar design to the palace. Like it doesn't look like they were poor districts, as it were. It's kind of beautiful in a sad way. Because seeing it as it is now, you think that this must have been an incredible city in its heyday. And you start to move northward. And as you slowly begin to reach the outskirts of the city, you can see that the elevation in the land starts to climb. And in the far distance, Aegis, you can see an outpost, which was the first stop on your journey. You made this journey before. Off in the distance, it looks like it's still standing somewhat. But where those mountains, those twin volcanoes once stood in the distance, they are no longer present. So the horizon looks strange to you. But in that absence, you know that is the direction which you need to go. But this is an open space. Traveling forward here, stealth will be difficult, because there is little place to hide. So if there's any final preparations you wish to make before heading northward, now would be the time.
Would you say Pacified Trace would have passed?
By this time, yes.
Okay.
I'm going to cast guidance on Mr. Timey again. And
Thank you.
I need to decide something in a second. So come back to me.
All good?
I don't know if I have anything for this. Monks.
You punch the ground to make a hiding space.
I do cartwheels and I just shout at the top of my lungs, "You can't see me!"
Do, 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 do.
She disappeared!
Frixina!
Holy crap, I have 10 key points now. I just realized that.
I think Aegis would just be very somber and like as they pass like familiar buildings, he would just kind of like touch them as he's kind of making this physical mental map.
Connell's just got his hand on his sword and shield ready to attack should be provoked.
Atticus stands by Connell's side, just sort of every now and again stretching his muscles out, keeping himself limber.
The closer we get to the outpost, he just would summon his echo.
Good to know.
If you let it apply, I could spend a key point to enter patient defense, because I have literally nothing that could conceal me in an emergency, but patient events would allow me to dodge as a bonus action.
I think it would only last 6 seconds.
Yeah, so she's just gonna crouch.
She's just gonna crouch. Perfect. The crouch walk.
Press R4.
No, army crawl. Like,
You're gonna full army crawl?
yeah. That's the subtlety here.
How tall are the buildings?
On the outskirts of the city, maybe 2-3 stories.
I'd like to wild shape into a giant eagle, please.
Ooh.
Describe what this giant eagle looks like as you take your wild shape form.
She starts muttering to herself in Druidic, and as she starts to wild shape, and before she becomes this giant eagle, you can almost hear her say something along the lines of, "I'll be back in a moment." As she unfurls her wings, kind of like that, you see a slightly patchy, I would say a golden eagle, a giant golden eagle, just because I'm more familiar with those personally. So she transforms into this giant golden eagle and starts soaring above them, hoping to get a scope on the situation to look ahead for scouting.
Hell yeah. Eyes in the sky. Good to know. Okay, so, Elisich, go ahead and give me either perception or investigation. Your choice. It would be using the stats of the giant eagle, I believe.
I'm just trying to find where I had it a second ago because I just had to activate my wild shape thingy. Give me a minute.
We don't often get wild shapes on Quest Junkies, so this is fun.
No, we don't.
My bookmark for eagles is coming in handy.
I had it here on my character sheet. I'm just trying to find it. I had it a second ago.
It'll be on
in particular, it's a giant
extras?
one. Yeah, no, I'm on that. I'm just scrolling through all the wild shapes I have, and it's a lot.
Okay,
So
I think when I
giant-
loaded it up, it's at the top.
So giant eagle, you've got advantage on perception checks.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I've found it. So.
And you've got a +4 in perception.
Yeah. Okay. So you want me to? So what? Do you say a perception you wanted me to roll? Yeah.
Well, just one second. Let me check. According to this, your giant eagle wild shape is a +8 to perception. And you do have advantage. So yeah, your investigation's +5, so perception would make more sense. So go ahead and roll perception at advantage. It's +8.
Thank God. Okay, so 25.
25.
17 plus 8, 25.
Hell yes.
That is right.
Okay.
Yeah, 25.
Keeping an eye in the sky with a 25. As the group begins to travel forward, You keep eyes on Elisich in the sky as you can see she guides you, thankfully, past some unseen hazards which, from Elisich's perspective, she can see lies in wait ahead of you.
What were they?
For you, this would be the likes of which you've not really encountered. Creatures reborn of rot, encompassing different aspects of different creatures. The rot, the way that it works, and this would have been explained previously by Aegis, I'm sure, it takes on characteristics of everything that it consumes. So the rot dragon, for example, that the group encountered was a collection of rot that had consumed a dragon, but it also showed characteristics of other animals. So...
Oh, so it's a little bit like, is it inside? But rot instead of human blob people?
It's not pretty, I'll say it that way. But you managed to safely guide the group as far as the outpost, avoiding any terrible beasties. And Aegis, this outpost looks exactly as it did when you were here before. Looks like it hasn't been touched. In fact, there's a sandal on the floor. You remember watching that sandal leave someone's foot? Kakato's former traveling companion here. One of the rangers of Demethrin. Someone who was a victim of the rot. It still lies here untouched, like a cold memento. But the wall and the building itself still remain as they were, the wall partially destroyed. The way forward clear.
I think Aegis just kind of says under his breath, I hope that Bury made it wherever he was intending. And then carries them forward.
Elisich, high up in the sky with your perception of 25. You see something crawl out. Oh, where's the stream gone? There we go. You see something crawl out from behind a rock and starts moving, roiling, a coiling mass of something. You're quite high up. It's difficult to interpret what it is or how big it is. It looks big.
Really holding back the intrusive thought of going quack.
Scream.
It is rolling like a ball in the direction of where the group are currently standing. It's about maybe 120 feet away.
Are you saying that it's like gaining on them or tailing them? Or did it happen to be going in the same direction?
No, it is heading directly towards them and they are heading in that direction.
Okay, so Myra's gonna shit herself.
On camera?
Again?
Yeah, I know. I've got a problem.
For free?
This is why I always have these here.
That's not a sponsorship we want either.
Hey,
I'll tell you after the stream what I had to do with these when I was testing my mic. It was really funny. I was reading them. I was reading the instructions. There you go.
Hey, Kleenex. Sponsor Quest Junkies.
I also found out this has opioid in it. I'm like, what? This is like the 87p stuff. Anyway, so
I'm gonna TPK all of you fuckers.
so seeing the big gelatinous giant flesh person thingy creature jobby heading towards my newfound friends, I'm gonna swoop down to maybe about 20 feet behind it, and I am gonna go and then just start flapping my wings. I would still say I'm in the air, sort of thing, trying to stay out of its way, but like
to try and draw its attention.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a persuasion check.
I get advantage on that. I'm so glad I didn't get that wasn't at disadvantage, because the second one I got was a nat 1. I got a 7.
A 7. Okay.
Yeah.
So for the rest of you, as you've been keeping eyes on Elisich in the sky, this golden giant eagle, they immediately dart down to the space, like in the distance ahead, just over this ridge, and you hear a squawk. Elisich, this entity, this roiling mass, continues moving forward away from you. What do the rest of you do when you hear this noise?
Perceive?
Quickly, when you say that it's rolling away from me, are you meaning like towards the group?
Towards the group.
Okay. Continue.
The rest of you saw Elisich dive down past the point that you can see, and then you heard a loud squawk.
And we're kind of like in a city setup, yeah?
No. You've left the city at this point. You are heading northward. You are out. You are at what looks like a ruined outpost.
Okay. What? So between where we are or where she landed, or like is hovering, like what's in between us?
You are climbing up a hill essentially, and it's over like the what's the phrase? Over the ridge of this hill. It must go back down or level out because you can't see past that point, and Elisich dive down out of view.
I guess instinctively, Connell would just kind of like press forward. As a Earth Genasi, I can move across difficult terrain made of earth and stone without expending extra movement. So if it's like craggly or scruffy, I guess he's able to just scale the hill as normal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have no problem climbing this hill. It's a hill.
I suppose he's just going to kind of like dash up until he's able to kind of like peer over the ridge.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing? Atticus will stay with Connell and immediately follow.
I think group up with them.
Atticus will follow, but he will fan out to the side about 30 feet.
Connell will go like the opposite direction.
Mm-hmm. Apologies, Frank.
Okay. If they're both going in the opposite direction, then can she go forward so that it's like a 3-person team fanning out?
Mm-hmm.
Can you just get on the cloud and go from above?
Do you have the coin?
Yes, Connell gave him the coin last.
The Nimbus
before
coin.
the break.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just check one thing.
We're gonna be sky buddies. Bunk buddies and sky buddies.
It does not require attunement, so yes, I will allow it.
Ooh.
Alright. You jump onto this cloud that is summoned into the space, and you lift up over the ridge into the sky. Just as Frike reaches the ridge of this hill, and Elisich is able to see from the other side, Frike, you get to the top, and you are now 5 feet in front of a large roiling mass of rock that's about maybe 15 feet tall, that is not rolling anymore, is just stationary.
It's not attacking Frike.
No, it stopped as you got there.
Mr. Tiny.
She's gonna, like...
Mr. Timey is on his way up.
Oh, okay.
Clank, 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 clank.
One of those moments, I imagine, where you're looking in the mirror and trying to decide if this is your reflection or if it's someone, like, mimicking your gestures. She's just going to, like, maybe, like, do some step from side to side to see if it follows her movements.
It doesn't at first, but then you see some movement underneath. These maggot-like creatures that form the larger form of the rot move in a way that now seems to form a face, a humanoid face, as it looks at you, and you hear a voice come from it.
Hello. What's your name?
Frike.
Frike. That's a nice name. Nice name. A nice name indeed.
I think, at her side, she's just going to, grip a little bit, and then, like, an Eldritch Blast will start forming in her hand, and she's just holding it, just in case.
Do you want to play? We like to play. We like to play. Play.
Okay. Shot in the dark, attempting to exert some kind of will similar to, like, her father. Whether this is intimidation or not, I'm not sure, but she's just going to tell them in a very firm voice, leave this place. Don't touch me. As though she has any kind of authority over it, like her father does.
Persuasion or intimidation? This is a high DC.
Mm-hmm.
But it's possible.
Yeah, okay.
Aegis is preparing violence from atop the cloud. Just right over Frike.
I'm ready to peck that glob.
Connell breathes outward. He breathes in, and as he breathes out a second time, like, flames start erupting from his mouth as his blade starts to ignite in fire as well.
Okay.
16?
16. The face turns like it's cocking its head at you. Why don't you want to play? We thought we were being nice. Don't you like us?
Oh. Okay. Stupid idea, probably, but, in a similar way that she attempted to, you know, the thing she tried before that didn't work, I think she's going to try it again. Like, locating where the rot is in her, her body. Like, seeing if she can coax it to the surface and, use... What was this? I'm trying to remember what my thought process was there. It was like, using it as, like, a weapon, so, like, doubling down, I guess, like, drawing the rot almost out of her arm so that, like, she prepares Clasping Shadow instead. And can I combine that with Hour of Reaping? So that, if it can roll a wisdom saving throw, it may become frightened of her. So in this display, I'm imagining, like, it looks like she's literally, like, clawing the rot out of her own arm, manipulating it into the air, winding it, twisting it, and then as the face looks at her, like, they'd see her jaw go a little unhinged, her eyes would white out, and her, she would let out this very, like, inhuman growling sound as she just, like, she's gonna double down no matter what happens, and she just goes, I told you, leave this place, and she shouts now.
Okay. Is that a wisdom save, did you say?
Yes, DC 14.
DC 14.
Mommy's angry.
That is a 23.
Jesus. How many people are in this thing?
There is no immediate reaction from the face, but then the smile goes to a slight frown. No, you're not the one. There's another. And the face moves up this form, up towards the top, and looks at Aegis. Aegis Asphodeles. This entity beckons you, Aegis.
The lady gave you an instruction. You would do well to obey.
And Aegis is going to use thaumaturgy to make his voice, like, reverberate.
Mm-hmm. The frown becomes more prominent. That's no way to treat your elders, Aegis. I thought we taught you better than that.
Can I roll insight to see if I recognize this?
Go ahead and roll insight.
Okay, that is a 14 plus 9, 23.
23.
Sorry, a car alarm is going off and it just killed my focus.
It's alright. A 23. Everything that it just said, you can't pick up a specific person. But it's what they say next that absolutely does. they start to recite a prayer. A prayer you were taught as a child.
No.
Prayer you've said many times. And the face begins to elongate slightly and take on different features. It begins to resemble your mother.
I need to roll a concentration check on the cloud. Think, fuck, I'm a fighter. Holy shit. That's a 14.
Concentration remains.
Okay. Just to double check, Katara is the name of Frank's father, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you wear face, Katara?
Oh, Aegis. I thought you were wiser. Wiser than that. You never came home. You never came back. So we came for you. But they found us first and brought us back. Atticus looks across like a 60-foot gap between Atticus and Connell, who took the sides. And Connell gives you a look of like, what are we doing? Like...
Connell is like keeping an eye on the whole situation, whether if we're engaging or not, kind of like reading Aegis' body language. Actually, on that note, could I do an insight check into Aegis' body language to see if they're like freaking the fuck out, or should we engage?
Same.
Yeah. Feel free to insight.
24.
Not one. I just want to fight this thing, regardless.
Is there any point in me doing it? I don't have a perception on my skills on here, so...
So, as a druid, you keep all of your mental stats. So, all your wisdom checks, you do as they are. Your dexterity and strength goes by the eagles.
Okay. Do you want me to... What check was it? Because I can do a check as well.
Insight. They were doing.
Insight. Okay. So I only get advantage on perception checks, right? So that's a 16.
I think 16's enough. It's...
Okay.
I think the only ones who's a bit too low might be Connell's.
So, going with the flow of the dice, I'm unable to get a clear check of like how Aegis is reacting to this. So Connell is just gonna start sprinting towards the rot monster, and he's gonna just like.
Let's get the result for everyone else first before you act.
Okay. Full time.
So Aegis
got a 24.
very still. There's a slight tremor in his voice, which is very strange because he's normally so very calm. That it might lend the implication that he is pissed.
May I inquire for a bit of extra flavor? The halo around his head, which is often regarded as a mood ring of sorts. What does that look like right now?
Oh. It just slowly bloomed and is now doing that, like, photosphere effect.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it was doing the disco twink thing again.
No, he's very level. He's just feeling one thing very, very strongly.
Is it like when Godzilla's about to unleash the atomic breath?
Yeah, a little bit. Because he's gripping the clasp hands of his cloak as his holy symbol, and he would like to channel divinity.
Okay. And what are we channeling?
He's not calling on any deity. He's calling on the domain which he serves.
Okay.
And it's a really interesting effect because of that halo. You just see these shadows gathering around him.
So mechanically speaking, what aspect of channel divinity is this?
Or
are we homebrewing this? Are we homebrewing live
I'll
right
leave.
now?
If you want to homebrew something, I will straight up go with that.
Let me take a quick look at your character sheet, because this is fucking cool. So I want this to be a
He's
thing.
giving you a gift, man. He's giving you a gift.
Art, please.
Okay. Can I make a suggestion? Because I think this would
Absolutely.
fit. If you are channeling divinity, I would suggest you either use Sentinel at Death's Door or turn undead. Because you are a high level Grave Cleric.
Yeah. So the Sentinel at Death's Door is the, like, negate a crit. Did you mean the Path to the Grave where you curse something to become vulnerable, or?
Yes, my apologies, yes.
No worries, no worries.
Yeah. It's been a while.
So yeah, he's gathering all of this curse energy and potentially for flavor, I think the Nimbus drops away, and as these like bright gold wings unfurl and 7 eyes per wing open up and focus directly on this rot. He has 3 wings, so per side, so yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm fangirling a little bit. That sounds amazing.
Yes.
So yeah,
So
he just turns the full force of his magic to curse this creature.
So, Path to the Grave, then?
Yes, and if Connell wants to go ham, by all means.
So, as the shadows emanating around Aegis, this sight you've never seen of them before, they begin to reach out towards this figure that doesn't seem to react in any way. You, Frike, you hear the voice as you're still stood up close to it as it says, "It is playtime, playtime, playtime." And then the shadows begin to reach into the form, and you hear the voice go, "I don't know if I like this game. This game feels wrong. This game feels wrong." As Connell approaches with your previous plan, feel free to continue.
Yeah, so Connell's full sprint sees whatever happened to Aegis. I didn't see it, but he's seen it, and he is just gonna kind of leap, draw a sword, and as he draws it from the scabbard, like a trail of flames travels as he like swings it across the rot monster.
Go ahead and roll for an attack.
That is 21 to hit.
21 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage. And then when you get the final total, double it.
Okay, so that is...
including all your extras that you probably have.
Yeah. So that's 7. I need to roll d4. 8, so double of that would be 16.
16 points of damage?
16 points of fire, slashing fire damage as he like trails it across the front of the monster, or the side.
Okay. You cleave into this entity with surprising ease. It's like as you cleave into it, these shadows emanating from Aegis reach into the wound as you are making it in like rapid time and pull it apart more. And Frike, up close, you hear the screams from this creature as disjointed voices cry out in agony. Anything else?
I mean,
into the
technically, I've got 2
wound.
more attacks. But I'll approach it to her thing.
If I could just add this for a bit of flavor, into the wound they're creating, can she fire an Eldritch Blast?
You know what? You were holding one in your hand, so I will allow this.
Yay! Okay. Ooh, that's a 22.
Go ahead and roll damage.
For 2 whole points of force damage.
Which will double to 4 in this instance.
So Connell, like trying to make like the gash bigger, like he hits it a second time for an 28 to hit, and the second one was a 11 to hit, which I take it doesn't.
The 11 does not hit, no.
So like the second one kind of like gashes it open, and that is another 17 points of fire slashing damage.
17. Doubling to 34.
That was it doubled.
Okay. You should have said no.
Being fair.
No. Appreciate it. Okay. In this if anyone else wishes to do anything in this round, this almost like a surprise round, so to speak, feel free. Elsage.
I'd like to. I mean, I can't decide if I want to see like how bloodied or whatever it is by doing a medicine check, but either way, I'd like to multi-attack, please.
Go for it.
I'll be using my beak and my talons. So, okay, so a 9 doesn't hit. I know that. So the beak can just be like a little snappy snap. And a 17.
17 is also a miss, unfortunately.
Damn it. So just a snap sort of thing.
As you do, I would like you to make 2 Constitution saving throws.
Okay. Five and a 16.
5 and a 16. Okay. One of those hits.
And it rotted up.
One of those hits. The roiling mass of rot pulls out of the way, but lashes back at you. Doesn't cause any damage, but it does make physical contact with you.
Okay.
Now you're in your wild shape, so I guess we'll see what happens
Yeah, I was
when
going
you're.
to ask about that. Like, if I'm in
But-
wild shape, does that affect my standard form?
We don't know yet. We'll see.
Fuck a dog. I mean, am I allowed to do a medicine check on myself? Is that possible?
I would say that would take an action. This is kind of like faux initiative at the moment, so not right
Like,
now.
can I move out of the way then? Is that allowed?
You can take your movement, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna away.
Pull back.
Yeah.
Bridget?
I just realized that I get 3 Eldritch Blasts per blast, so I can roll 2 more times.
You do. Yeah. Go ahead.
Holy fucking shit. Okay. I did not know that. Today I learned. Okay. 15, so that's no good. 11, probably also not good. So, pew, pew, pew.
2 misses.
I mean, like a cowboy just going.
Rodent, toad.
Yeah. Basically.
As all of these attacks hit at once, it starts to shrink. It starts to convulse. The voices start screaming and screaming and screaming as it reduces itself back into the ground. And vanishes from sight. Aegis, make me a wisdom saving throw.
That's a 12.
A 12. You've never wielded your abilities like this before. You've trained for years. You have done the uttermost to always remain calm and collected, level-headed. Emotion can lead to unpredictability in any form of life, let alone what you do. You let the anger in, and it gave you great power. What it did also do was give an opportunity to your patron. Because these shadows that you are emanating now, they do not cease. They embolden you. And you look down at the space where you saw the monster that you wished harm upon. You don't see them anymore. But you do see another monster. One that you are obligated to carry out their funeral rites. As you look at Frike. Aegis, you are charmed. And that's all for this week.
Are you doing this to Aelin? In one session, they're dying, or about to die, then they're charmed? Like, this is bullying. Why are you doing this to him?
You presented me
It's
with
fine,
a...
I'm here for it.
You presented me with a opportunity. A massive
Guys should
thank
tell
you.
our story.
They are indeed.
Yes.
Massive thank you to everyone who's tuned in tonight, to our raiders, to our followers, our subscribers, the biddies I've been seeing spent in chat. Much love to everyone. You'll get a thank you at the very end in the credits that we now have. Massive thank you to my wonderful players. Let's go around the table, my dear friends. Please reintroduce yourself, plug anything you have to plug, and give us your favorite moment from the session. Starting, we'll go in reverse order. Let's start with Virake.
Hi guys, I'm Bridget. I've been Frike, the Slave of the Long Death Monklock. Sticking with that. Well, this has all been very illuminating for the lore keeper part of my brain. Many parts of this session were. Yeah, so because Lorekeeper Brain got fed, can't really think of a favorite moment, but I mean, I always love being at the table with y'all. So, yeah, that's that. When I'm not here every Monday night, you can find me every other Sunday night on this channel for Descent into Avernus, and every other Friday night for Candlekeep Mysteries over on PhoenixUK. And when I'm not on stream, you can find me behind the scenes recapping, lorekeeping, and fanficking, and all that good stuff, and that's me.
Thank you so very much. Continuing along, Aegis.
Hi, I'm Aelin. I've been playing Aegis, the biblically accurate twig, and you can find me here on Mondays and also on Wednesdays, also in a predicament, and then every other Fridays on PhoenixUK for Jacinta's Tyranny. And I mean, you just got a really cool moment, you know, getting all biblically accurate and whatnot. Love me some cool angelic stuff, and also, yeah.
I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about.
I'm sure there's so much to worry about.
Thank you so much, my dear friend. Continuing along, we have Connell McGinnisy.
Hello everybody, I'm Patrick, aka Patton, sometimes I draw, but this Monday afternoon I played Connell McGinnisy, Herb Genasi Rhódania Fighter. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Pattoons. Kind of taking a short little break between like internet getting cut off the other week and just house organizing stuff, so it's all G. But I hope to return to stream pretty soon, because I like doing it. Okay, favorite moments of the session. I've got two that kind of stand out. Number one was Miley Coyote when she held up the fuck sign when she couldn't speak. Priceless. There it is. There it is. And second was the colonoscopy to make sure that he didn't have the rotten side of him.
Colonoscopy.
No.
It's not a phrase I
Short and
needed
sweet.
in my vocabulary.
And I bless thee.
God.
God.
Only you would get away with that. Thank you so much. And last but certainly not least, by any measure at all, Elisich.
Hi, I'm Mai, aka Marit the Pirate. This has been the weather. Today I played Elisich, aka formerly known as Rhódania, Circle Stars Feely's Druid. You can find me on social media as Mai, aka Marit the Pirate, here every Monday. Every other Saturday over in PhoenixUK as Soleil, my Twilight Domain servant cleric. She is fab. And other things to plug is I just posted a video today on my YouTube channel, so please go check that out. I do reviews, I do like honest reviews and chat about games and shit like that. Favorite moment? I mean, I'm forever fangirling over Aegis. Like, the whole eyes shadow and just like, rah. I mean, I'm a big fan of Aelin anyway, so yeah, that was my favorite moment.
Thank you so much.
I don't think I've got anything else to plug, but yeah.
You're here every Monday, and you might be in other places soon as well.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. Thank you so very much. And I've been Patch the Ever Humble Dungeon Master. I played everybody else, most notably the creepy voices of Rot that have some sort of connection to Aegis that wasn't fully stated outright, but hinted towards. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. You can find me here every Monday, every Wednesday, every alternate Sundays on Quest Junkies. You can find me every other Friday over on Phoenix Iwaki, alongside Alien in the Dissenters Tyranny campaign. You can find me on Winter's Tales for the Castleton Project once that returns from its mid-season hiatus. I'm really looking forward to that coming back. I got other things coming up on both on Quest Junkies and elsewhere that I can't wait to talk about, but I can't talk about just yet. Really exciting things. My favorite moment. I think for me it was Frike going the intimidation route and trying to draw that whole description was pretty fucking sick. I really wanted it to work for you. I really wanted it to work.
I tried.
You did. I'm so
Mommy's
proud of
really
you.
disciplining. That's what it was. So
The dice tell the story, and sometimes they just don't give us what we want. But you know what? I love you guys for always going with the flow and still bringing amazing creative ideas to the table. I love the ability to also take stuff and do something different that's rules as written. If something makes sense, with the Channel Divinity thing, that was a great opportunity. I loved that. I was like, well, it's not really how it should be, but this is too cool to not do something with. So let's do more of that. I like that. And that's that. So we're gonna, Levy and Levy will go find some wonderful friends to raid. But in the meantime, all the love to you at home, all the love to my wonderful table. And until next time, if there's anything else left to say, keep questing, QJs. Good night.
bye.
Bye-bye.